Hi and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Rachel Thompson Phillips, the creator of the BU Oracle cards and also of the Sacred Oracle online program. This week's energy forecast is for November the 11th through to November the 17th. This week's overall theme is about going within. Let's go in and explore what gorgeous soulful messages are coming through the Oracle cards this week. Monday and Tuesday is the card of Speak Your Truth. Wednesday through till Friday is the card of change, and the weekend's energy is all around soul. So with Monday and Tuesday being the card of Speak Your Truth, that is the day of 11/11, which, as you know, is an incredibly auspicious, gorgeous meaning around manifesting, around being able to manifest all your dreams and desires very, very easily. It's also a gorgeous day to be able to remember all the people that served our countries to make sure that we have this beautiful earth, that we have this life to be able to enjoy right at this moment. But with the number being 11/11, Speak Your Truth is about, you would have heard the expression many, many times before. Focus on what you want. Be able to express all that you want to manifest. When manifesting is an incredibly high potent time, a lot of the times most people can articulate what it is that they don't want, and so therefore we manifest more of that. Monday and Tuesday, your soul is incredibly mindful around considering what is it that you do want. Put all of your energy into being able to focus on what you want. Start building out those dreams, being able to verbalize them with your own self, being able to articulate them and express them from a place from deep within your soul that this is what I deeply desire. These are the things that I want to manifest. This is the life that I want. This is the type of career that I want to have. All of these types of ways which we get to be able to bring our manifesting potential to a higher vibration, and therefore we have the ability to be more in alignment and at a higher frequency to be able to attract more of it that we do want. So Monday and Tuesday, keep reminding yourself, what do you want? Don't focus on what you don't want. Focus on building the new. So bring into that mindfulness of thinking about your dreams, your goals, your desires, the life that you know that you deserve, and the one that you are worthy of having. Bring it into fruition through articulating it, expressing it with yourself. Feel the energy within your own self. As you can see from this card, there is that beautiful blue color. That's the symbolic nature of our throat chakra. And our throat chakra is all around being able to vocalize, to be able to express what's going on in our internal world, to be able to give voice to them. A lot of the times we keep our dreams and our goals deep within our mind. And this is the time where we need to take them out of that mind chatter and actually be able to express them to yourself and to the universe and to your soul. Be able to claim them, be able to own them, and be able to become a match for that frequency so that you're in alignment, so that your manifesting potential is at its highest vibration. So that's Monday and Tuesday. So it's a beautiful week. And with the 12th of November, which is Tuesday, is when we move into a full moon. A full moon, as you know, brings into awareness that shadow part of ourself, that place within ourself where we go and put in our guilt, our shame, our anger, our pain, our past resentments. And coupled with Mercury retrograde, as you would have heard me say many times before, it's our place where we bring those truth bombs. So how do those correlate together? Is through knowing that your soul is bringing into your awareness some of the stories that you have kept going and perpetuated and kept those cycles going. This is now the time to be able to speak your truth and be able to bring it into consciousness, the things that you choose to let go of. What are some of the stories you want to let go of? What are some of the things and the limitations that you've been using as tools to justify why you haven't done something? Is now the time to bring a real truth to them, to be able to go, hey, hang on a second. I think the reality is that it's only been my own self that's been holding me back. And now that I have awareness around this, I have the ability to change, because coupled with that beautiful manifesting potential that we are at right at this moment, we have the ability to change those stories, to be able to reframe those limitations and start to become fully empowered within our own energy frequency and bring that into rising in its vibration, so that we can release and let things go so much more quickly. We can align ourselves with what it is that we do want. And this becomes the rebirthing process, which, as you can see, comes through. That rebirthing process comes through with Wednesday and Friday, with the card being of change. That's rebirthing. It's about being able to know that positive change is occurring on a cellular level, which means that there is all this gorgeous restructuring going on very deep within you this week that is bringing things into alignment so that you are a match for the things that you are wanting to manifest this week. With the card of change from Wednesday through till Friday, with the full moon being on the Tuesday and then following through on the Wednesday, the change card is about being able to understand that the positive change, the mask that you see on this gorgeous girl's face, is about the mask that you've been holding, pretending that you are 10 foot tall and bulletproof, pretending and portraying to the world that you don't want deep relationships because you've been hurt before, holding people at a distance, and recognizing that really, on a very, very deep soul level, that's not what you want anymore. You do want to have deep connections. You do want to have gorgeous, soulful relationships. And you also want to have that beautiful, intimate relationship with your cosmic team, being your soul and the universe. That you're no longer going to project one version of yourself to the world and keep a very, very different version of your own self privately, so that you're silently suffering. Today, from Wednesday through to Friday, is about merging them together and being able to remove that mask and to be able to show all of those gorgeous dimensions within your own self, and allowing people to get to know the real soulful version of your own self, and knowing that any of the judgment that may have been put there before has come from your own self, your self-judging because of a previous experience that you may have had in your life, where you felt that you had been so deeply hurt that you need to keep people at a distance. You now recognize that that happened at a different time and frame in your life. And now that you have aligned and grown into this amazing, gorgeous, divine person, your wants and needs change, and it's really important to be able to align yourself with those new changes that occur regularly. And this is a beautiful time because it almost reminds me of shedding the skin. So almost like a snake, it goes through its cycles, and as a snake evolves, it sheds its skin. This very much, the change card reminds me of that, where we get to shed the skin of the old stories, of the old ways of staying disconnected from others, and being able to grow into that beautiful new skin where you actually do allow beautiful, deep, meaningful, soulful relationships to start developing with others, but also with our own self. Which brings us through to the energy of the weekend being the gorgeous card of the soul. This card is a beautiful reminder about the internal dialogue that we have with our own self, where we go into a space where we judge ourselves harshly. We think that because it's not something that we express with others, or we may do it in a really joking way, that doesn't seem to really hurt the heart of your own self. This is a time to be incredibly mindful that as we're at this incredibly potent time of manifesting, that judging yourself harshly, putting yourself down, and emotionally abusing yourself, that pattern of behavior you've outgrown. It's a really beautiful time to become mindful and aware of when you catch yourself do that, that to not go into a cycle and repeat the same pattern but play them out differently. Do not go in and judge yourself. Just bring awareness to when you are judging yourself harshly. Consciously just stop, take a step back, ask yourself, do you actually believe that anymore? The words that you're saying, the tone that you're speaking, the vibration that you are sending throughout your cells, because as you know, on Wednesday through to Friday, we've got this gorgeous restructuring of ourselves. Do you really want to restructure and rebirth new cells that are tainted with ways in which you emotionally hurt and harm your own self? And I'm guessing that if you've answered that question 9 times out of 10, it's going to come up with a big fat hell no, you don't want to do that. So, as I mentioned, when you do catch yourself putting yourself down, regardless whether that's done from a fun place or whether you are intentionally doing this, or even in sometimes so unconsciously unaware of it because you have done it so much that it's become a programmed way in which you treat yourself, just become aware to just take a moment, take a note of self, ask yourself, do you believe it? And then think of how is it that you would like to be able to communicate with yourself that inspires you, that actually speaks the truth of all of those amazing qualities within you. When we are about change and transformation and renewal and rebirth and realignment, it's really important to understand that old patterns and old cycles will continue for a little while. But it doesn't mean that we need to choose to believe in them. It means that we don't need to breathe any more energy into them. We just understand that things are taking its time to realign to this new line of communication and a new line and a new way of being within your own self. So you may find that affirmations can come in incredibly awesome this week for yourself to go in and think of maybe 4 or 5 powerful affirmations that remind you of your magnificent self. What are some amazing mantras that you could repeat to yourself throughout the week so that when those little moments where you find that you judge yourself, you immediately have these go-to tools of amazing affirmations that you can repeat and build more strength around and feel that vibration of those words being recalibrated into those gorgeous new renewal within the cells that are regenerating at the moment. As you can see, this week is really bringing us into conscious awareness to be conscious about what is it that we want, and understanding that what it is that we want, we understand that we need to become a match. We need to own it. We need to be able to build an energy vibration around that, to be able to therefore be amplified back out into the universe and to help encourage us to stay true to that new um, that new way of being within our own self. And that all begins with the work that we do within our own self, the words that we communicate to ourselves, the energy that we hold, the way in which we communicate ourselves to become inspired and motivated and to have expressions of love and respect for our own self. Because remember, when you start respecting your own self, you immediately change the vibration in the way that other people respect and treat you too. So you're setting a tone of energetic match to be able to go, I am going to respect myself this way, and therefore I'm going to emit this gorgeous new energy frequency out there that's going to attract other people that will want to share this with me. And this all begins with going in and exploring, what does that look like for you? What does that sound like for you? And most importantly, how does it feel? When you communicate your truth, when you have the ability to vibrate the frequency of the energy of the way in which you can respect your own self and to love yourself and to nourish yourself and to be aware of your flaws, because all of those elements make up who you are. But our flaws don't mean there's anything wrong. It just means that we're human and we make mistakes. And this is where we do our biggest learning and we have the biggest evolution of growth, is through being consciously aware of that. And these are the things that will be brought up with the full moon. So just remember, your soul is always working with you to give you gorgeous, insightful wisdom to let you become aware of what is not working for you. So if you hear repeated words come up or ways in which you have known that you treat yourself in a way that is not beneficial to this new version that you're growing into. Remember, this is your soul's gorgeous way to say, hey, we just need to do a little bit more work around this to become a beautiful match. And while we've got this gorgeous full moon, we can clear this so very, very quickly. So it's an incredibly potent week this time to bring awareness into the ways in which we are communicating with ourselves and making sure that we are a match with the things that we want to attract into our world, and therefore allow that energy to speak volumes for our own self. So I really hope that this has given you some gorgeous insight on how to be able to navigate around this energy, being able to understand what your soul is revealing to you this week. And most importantly, if you feel that this is a message that's something that someone that you know would love to be able to hear, please feel free to share this or tag them in this. And as always, remember, your soul always knows what is in what is being shared with you, and how to help you grow into that gorgeous, divine, soulful person that you are here to share and express and be. So much love, take care, and have a wonderful week.